Have you ever wondered about the differences between Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism? Well, you're not alone. Each represents a major branch of Buddhism with its own unique characteristics, making Buddhism a richly diverse spiritual path. Theravada, known as the School of the Elders, emphasizes personal enlightenment, while Mahayana, the Great Vehicle, focuses on collective enlightenment. As we journey through this exploration, remember, both these branches grew from the same tree, rooted in the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. So let's dive into the historical background of these two fascinating branches of Buddhism. The split between Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism dates back to centuries ago. The schism arose out of disagreements on Vinaya, or monastic discipline, and the interpretation of Buddha's teachings. Theravada, or the doctrine of the elders, is believed to be closest to the original teachings of Buddha, and it flourished mainly in South and Southeast Asia, especially in Sri Lanka, Thailand and Myanmar. On the other hand, Mahayana, or the Great Vehicle, emerged later and incorporated new ideas, making it more accessible to the general population. It spread predominantly in East Asia, including China, Korea and Japan. Over time, these two branches developed unique characteristics influenced by the cultural and philosophical contexts of their respective regions. Yet, they are bound by the central teachings of Buddhism, each interpreting them in its particular way. With this historical context, we can now better understand the key differences between these two branches. Despite sharing fundamental Buddhist principles, Theravada and Mahayana have unique teachings and goals. As we delve into these differences, it becomes clear how each tradition has shaped its own path towards enlightenment. Theravada Buddhism, often referred to as the School of the Elders, is grounded in the Pali Canon, considered to be the most accurate record of Buddha's teachings. This branch focuses on personal enlightenment, with the ultimate goal being to reach arhatship, a state of liberation and freedom from suffering. The Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path form the bedrock of Theravada's teachings, guiding followers on a path of personal meditation and mindfulness. On the other hand, Mahayana Buddhism, meaning Great Vehicle, expands upon the Pali Canon with additional scriptures and sutras. Instead of personal enlightenment, here the focus is on the Bodhisattva ideal, where followers aspire to become Buddhas to benefit all sentient beings. The concept of emptiness or sunyata is a central teaching, pointing to the interdependent and impermanent nature of all things. The goals of practice in these two branches also reflect their divergent teachings. In Theravada, the ultimate objective is individual liberation, or nirvana, achieved through a deep understanding of the self and reality. This tradition emphasizes personal meditation and mindfulness as vital tools for this self-discovery. Conversely, Mahayana Buddhism is centered around the Bodhisattva path, aspiring to achieve Buddhahood for the sake of others. Compassion and the wish for all beings to attain enlightenment are at the heart of this practice. Thus, the Mahayana path is often seen as broader, extending the journey of enlightenment beyond the individual to encompass all beings. These differences in teachings and goals have led to rich and varied traditions, each offering unique insights and approaches to the Buddhist path. Yet, it's essential to remember that both Theravada and Mahayana share a common foundation in the fundamental principles of Buddhism, despite their distinct paths. So while both branches aspire to enlightenment, their paths and practices to reach this goal differ. The differences between Theravada and Mahayana extend to monastic practices and rituals too. Monasticism is central to both Theravada and Mahayana traditions, but the lifestyles and practices of monks can vary. In Theravada, monks often live in forest monasteries, emphasizing solitude and meditation. They follow the Vinaya, the monastic discipline that details over 200 rules for monks. On the other hand, Mahayana monasticism is not as uniform. Some monks prioritize meditation, while others focus more on scripture study and ritual practice. The role of lay followers also differs. In Theravada, lay followers often support the monastic community and earn merit through donations. In Mahayana, lay followers can also aspire to the Bodhisattva ideal, practicing compassion and wisdom in their daily lives. Rituals and ceremonies also vary. Theravada rituals often revolve around venerating the Buddha or reciting Pali scriptures. Mahayana rituals can be more elaborate, incorporating chanting, prostrations and offerings to a wider pantheon of bodhisattvas and Buddhas. These distinctions in practices and rituals further highlight the diversity within Buddhism. As we have seen, Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism offer different paths to the same destination. Theravada focuses on personal enlightenment through adherence to the Pali Canon, while Mahayana emphasizes the bodhisattva ideal and compassion for all beings. Despite these differences, both share the fundamental Buddhist principles of seeking enlightenment and liberation. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Theravada and Mahayana Buddhism. Feel free to delve deeper and share your thoughts in the comments section.